Hello, welcome back to Sack to the Future. It is Thanksgiving football, and it's two of the prime Sack to the Future teams going at it. The last place, already eliminated from playoff contention, Buffalo Bills, against the 10-1 best team in football, at least tied with the Chiefs for best record in football, Dallas Cowboys. So this should be a one-sided affair, but there's a couple reasons to stay tuned. Number one, the Bills are as healthy as they've ever been. Their full backfield is healthy. Dennis Shaw's back at quarterback. O.J. Simpson and all the running backs that have contributed are all healthy. But more importantly than that, the Dallas Cowboys, who got a little bit banged up in their game last week. Lance Allworth is going to play, even though he is dealing with an injury. So we'll see how often he plays. But he should play. And then the other one is Roger Staubach, and he is dressed. But he is sitting at least at the beginning of the game. So the Cowboys will have to go with Craig Morton, and that is definitely a step down because, of course, Roger Staubach leading the league in everything, basically. All good things that quarterbacks could do. And 71 is what Staubach is about. Here's Dennis Shaw, though, 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, just over 1,500 yards. You see 133 out of 213 on the year. But yeah, the big story is Roger Staubach dealing with rib injuries and dedicated to only having to play in either emergency situations or, I guess, if Craig Morton just plays completely pathetic. Here's the Bills. Briscoe, Patrick, Simpson, Coy, and Moses are the skilled positions. Bills trying to pull off the big upset. Again, nothing to play for. Cannot make the playoffs. But just every game a chance to improve team morale. And this would be a huge one. I mean, this is the best team in football. The Chiefs might argue that point, but nobody else can really say much about it. Shaw on 3rd and 4 will fire and complete just enough for a first down.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
O.J. Simpson made that catch, 5-yard reception. And Edwards on the tackle. Shaw under center. Drops back, and he'll throw to O.J. out of the backfield again. Only a gain of a yard or two. And now Simpson's hurting. So, the good news again for the Bills, as healthy as they've been all year. But then O.J. Simpson comes up hurting just a minute and a half into the game. So throw that first point out the window. Shaw then gets hit and sacked by Jethro Pugh. Again, the Cowboys rank top 5 in both offense and defense at 10-1. I have them ranked as the best team, and the Chiefs are a pretty close second. Others may have not seen. You guys may have not seen the Chiefs as much, so you have seen the Cowboys. You've seen how dominant they are. But the couple games that the Chiefs have been on the broadcast, they've looked pretty dominant themselves. So at 10-1, I would be okay with someone putting the Chiefs at number 1, the Cowboys number 2. But it just is what it is. Lance Allworth made a nice move there, but here he is, Craig Morton. See, has not even thrown a pass as Staubach has played so well. There's been no reason for Morton to even come in for a play. But here he is starting the game, trying not to screw it up for the Cowboys because the Rams are still sitting there just one game back for home field. So Morton comes out on the first play. He throws to Allworth, and Allworth takes a hit. See how he reacts to that. Seems to be just fine. Neely, Nyland, Manders, Nye, and Wright. The fantastic offensive line. You got Hill and Thomas in the backfield. Hayes and Allworth are the receivers. Mike Dickett, the tight end, and Goldie Richardson will play some when Allworth needs a break, because, again, Allworth not feeling 100%. Here is a flag on the play. It's holding against Mike Ditka, the tight end. So that pushes the Cowboys back to a 2nd and 18. And they will hand it off to Thomas. Gets a couple of yards to meet the Bills defense. Collins, Dunaway, Tederack, and Snowden across the line. You got Big Chandler in the middle, Guidry, and Mike Stratton, the longtime Bill. On the outsides, Richardson and Pitts are the safeties. Wyatt and James are the ones going to try to cover these fantastic Dallas receivers. Craig Morton from the shotgun now on 3rd and 15. Throws underneath to Bob Hayes. Not much there. Gain of 4. So the Bills hold the Cowboys and force a punt. (15-20), down he goes, 24-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Ready. 8-3.
Watch it, 5. Hey, watch the ball.
5.
Pump fake from Shaw. Fires deep downfield. Goes up, knocked away, and intercepted. Knocked up in the air and intercepted. Edwards able to run under it and make the basket catch. And that's the first turnover of the game, and it allows the Dallas Cowboys to start with great field position at the 41-yard line of Buffalo. There's a handoff to Hill. He fights his way down to the 8-yard line. Hill was injured for a while. He's back. So the Cowboys, although Allworth and Staubach are banged up, Hill's back. And so they are not, they're pretty healthy themselves. Of course, the one big, if you're going to have one injury and it's your quarterback that's injured, that is a big deal. But again, he is dressed. Staubach is dressed. He could play if needed. They would just rather him not and make sure, with the short week, hurt ribs, just played 3 days or 4 days ago, playing on Thursday. They're going with Morton. And if Morton can play the whole game, ideally play the whole game and get the win, then, Staubach gets another 10 days off, and he should be fine for next week's game. And then, more importantly, fine for the week after that when he plays the Rams, as that game will probably determine home field. Morton off to a 2 of 3 start. And Tom Landry does not feel like this is much of a handicap to overcome, as he believes that Craig Morton is not that he's equal to Roger Staubach, but that he's right there, that he's not, it's not a big drop-off, which is saying a lot because Staubach is the best quarterback in football this year. So to say Morton is not that big of a drop-off, he's basically declaring that 2 of maybe the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks in all of football are both on the Dallas Cowboys. So Clark puts the kick up and through the uprights, and Dallas turns the turnover into 3 points and leads 3-0. The Bills take it. Jones out of the end zone up to the 22-yard line. All right, so out comes Shaw. Deflected interception last pass attempt. See if he comes out throwing right away. Turn. It's a handoff to Patrick. And here is the defensive line for the Cowboys. It's Cole, Bob Lilly, Jethro Pugh, and George Andre. Leroy Jordan, Dave Edwards, and Chuck Howley are your linebackers, and the great secondary, Renfro, Green, Harris, and Adderley. 2nd and 6. Delayed handoff to Patrick. He fights up to the 29-yard line. No word on O.J. Simpson yet. But he was reaching for either his hamstring or his lower back. It's a handoff to Jones. He gets the first down. So the Bills have played more than half the season without O.J. Simpson. Well, about half the season. O.J. Simpson's been there for about half the time or a little under. So they have gotten used to playing with other running backs. So it should not change the game plan too much. Shaw with a nice throw up to Coy, who's already up to 3 receptions. So Coy appears to be a big part of their game plan to attack this Cowboys defense. Shaw, quick drop, throws underneath. Shaw off to a 6 for 8 start. Shaw back to pass again and gets rid of it. That's complete. And now it's a 3rd and 3. Shaw fires incomplete. So you see the Bills have decided that this defensive line that has Bob Lilly in it, and Jeff Lepue's already gotten 1 sack, but they have called a lot of short drop back passes plays, looking for the tight end primarily, and backs out of the backfield. So a short drop, short passing game, try to run the ball, keep Shaw from getting destroyed by this defense. But there is a field goal that comes up a little bit short, hoping to tie it late in the first quarter. That fails, and so they give the ball back to the Cowboys. Craig Morton going to go to the air. He goes underneath. Nice safe pass. Landry not calling anything crazy for Craig Morton just yet. Balanced offense, 5 runs, 5 passes. Morton is going to throw again, and he fires deep. And on the money is Bob Hayes for the touchdown. Well, there you go. You still have Bob Hayes, no matter who's throwing to him. He completely decimated the corner on that one. A huge Greg Morton tries to overthrow him, but it's just too hard. Hayes catches up, makes the catch, and waltzes into the end zone for an easy touchdown. Look at that. Morton threw everything he could into it. It almost seemed like he was trying to say, let me just see if I can show off how strong my arm is by actually overthrowing Hayes. But Hayes showed that that's not entirely possible and catches up to it, makes the touchdown receiving catch. Bob Hayes, of course, leads the National Football League in both reception yardage and receiving touchdowns. So he adds to both of those on that play, and the Cowboys off to a quick 10-0 lead here before the end of the first quarter. Even though Staubach is not playing, it seems to be no problem at all. Shaw now pitch out to Patrick. He gets hit in the backfield, and Lilly finishes it off. Loss of a yard.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Let's get it.
Shaw back to pass. He's going to run with it across the 30 and slides before taking a big hit at the 31. So Shaw's scramble gives the Bills a manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 4. Shaw back to pass again, throws it, but overthrew his receiver, and the Bills will have to punt again. So the Cowboys, it's way too early to say that they won this game, but if they do hold on, they will go to 11-1. And the 4 games down the stretch will be pretty big, though, as they will get their rematch against the Eagles, the only team that has beaten them this year. A match against the second best team, in the division, the Redskins, and they also have a matchup coming up with St. Louis Rams, who are 9-2 and right on their heels for best record. So it will be an exciting finish. And that is, of course, just the regular season. The Cowboys certainly going to make the playoffs. In fact, if they win this game, they clinch a playoff spot. So, I mean, not that there was any doubt, but if the Cowboys win this game, they're 100% in the playoffs.
Here we go. 30 base.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. Everyone got four.
Down.
Morton, 3rd and 8. Fires across the middle. That's complete. Ditka brought down by the face mask, it looks like. And that will put the ball across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Edgar Chandler.
10-2 stop.
Let's go. 59 mark. 59 mark.
Craig Morton from the shotgun again. He'll fake it to Dwayne Thomas and launch it into the end zone. Knocked away. Looking for Bob Hayes' second touchdown. It's knocked away by the Buffalo defender. And it turns out Wayne Nye was holding anyway. So the Bills will accept that and make it a 1st and 20. Handoff to Dwayne Thomas. Tackled almost immediately. So the one thing the Bills are doing well is shutting down the Dallas running game. Another handoff, this time to Walt Garrison. And he gets his first carry of the day. He gets 6 yards. 3rd and 14. Coming up. Craig Morton, great protection. Throws, completes, but not much yardage there. Morton 6 of 9 for 94 yards and a touchdown. And this punt's going to bounce at the 2 and into the end zone for the touchback.
Keep playing hard.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
Bend it. Bend it.
Light. Let go.
There's some motion. Pitch out to Patrick. He gets 1 block, but that's only a 1-yard gain. Cowboys defense is very quick and very disciplined. Not very quick, but quick. At positions, they're very quick. Let's just say that. Either way, they're strong up front, they're quick in other places, and disciplined on top of all that. 3rd and 13. Shaw, play action pass. And he's going to go ahead and run for some yardage here. He gets hit, fumbles the football. Renfro picks it up before going out of bounds. Oh no, it was Edwards that picked it up. So Shaw gets hit, fumbles the football, and that gives the Cowboys unbelievable field position. Turnover number 2 for the Buffalo Bills. The first one led to 3 points. See what the second one leads to. Morton, handoff to Dwayne Thomas. Huge hole inside the 10, inside the 5, and touchdown. The very first play after the fumble recovery. Thomas takes it into the end zone, and it's 16-0 Cowboys. Not sure that this game is going to end 52-17, but it may. Yes, it seems like the Cowboys. I mean, this is kind of what you expect when the first place team plays a last place team. It shouldn't surprise anyone if it's not close at all.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Ready. 18 Gator.
The Bills need points. They need to stop turning it over, and they need points on this drive if they want to give their fans any hope. It's a nice run by Patrick for a first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Down. 70 Indy.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right.
Get it. Cut.
Jones gets his second carry, but only gets 2 yards.
Go. Down.
There's Patrick running hard. Gets up to the 45-yard line. It's 3rd and 3 coming up for the Bills. They're in handoff to Jones right at the first down marker, but I think he's short. Jethro Pugh and others stop him short, so the Bills will have to punt again.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Dwayne Thomas, you saw, they're at 977 yards. There's 2 backs so far that have hit the 1,000-yard mark. Dwayne Thomas probably going to be the 3rd in this game. Craig Morton, not sure where he was throwing on that one. But at least he threw to empty grass and not any blue shirts. Head up to Thomas.
Here we go. 10 over.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Check.
Hit it.
3rd and 6, Craig Morton. Throws over the middle to Dwayne Thomas for the first down.
Let's go.
Go. 60 Pittsburgh.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Say go.
Play action pass. Morton looking deep. And he's got, this time he was able to overthrow Bob Hayes.
30 base.
So Craig Morton, it seemed like he tried to overthrow him the first time, but Hayes caught up to it. This time Hayes unable to catch up to it. So if anything, Morton showing off a pretty impressive arm. Strength, not accuracy, because that was a touchdown pass had he hit Hayes. But he does hit Garrison over the middle for a gain of 20, so that makes up for it slightly. Bills defense really needs to come up with something. They're on the brink of getting blown out before it's even halftime. Complete to Allworth. Another first down. Craig Morton replacing the great Roger Staubach and having no problems. Missed a touchdown to Hayes, but otherwise been all on target. 9 of 14. Hand off to Hill. Breaks one tackle, breaks a second tackle, and fights very close to a first down. Inches short. All Dallas all the time for the first 25 minutes of this game. Morton, shotgun, throws, and just overthrows his target.
15
Greg Morton turns, hands it off to Thomas or Hill, who actually does not get the first down. So a good play there by the Buffalo defense to get off the field and hold the Cowboys to a field goal attempt. So Clark from 35 yards should be no problem. No, it's a fake, and a very interesting fake as they give it to Clark to try to run for it, and it looked like that play never really had a chance. I mean, I guess they were hoping that the Bills would come rushing off the edge. They did not, though, and because 46 did not, it seemed like a tall order to hope that Clark could run either around or through him. So not the prettiest play from the Cowboys there. That's about the only thing they've done wrong, though, up 17-0. Bills 3.5 minutes. If they can get on the board before the half, their percentage chance would definitely increase. Pitch out to Patrick. Across the 30, close to the first down, but short. 3rd and 1 coming up. Shaw will turn the handoff to his fullback, who fights, and I believe he got the first down, but maybe cost himself some health. So I said at the beginning the Bills come in as healthy as they've been. Well, they just lost half their backfield. 2 of their 4 backs have been injured here in the first half. There's some motion from Moses, and they will pitch it out. And the Cowboys all over that play, so that's a 2-minute warning. Cowboys in total control, 17-0. Bills have a 3rd and 11 coming up. Shaw fires to no one, incomplete. And the Bills will have to punt again. So the Bills are just hoping that this half ends 17-0. The Cowboys have all their timeouts, and we will see what they decide to do with it. Oh, beautiful. A perfect bounce. What a fantastic punt. A great bounce. They down it at the 1. So now the Bills might be thinking about perhaps scoring on defense, getting a safety here. Let's see what happens. Cowboys are going to try to spread them out a little bit. And that doesn't work. No, it's not a safety. I thought that was a safety. Dwayne Thomas gets hit by 2 men who really stop him from doing anything, but he was able to get just the tip of the ball to hit the goal line and avoid the safety. Neither team calls a timeout. So the Cowboys let the clock run, and then they're probably going to hand off again here. And hope the line can get them across the line. They cannot. The Bills defense does what they set out to do after that fabulous punt. They get some points on the board. It's 17-2 now. And now the punt, 30-35. Okay, that was Braxton on the return, so he's back. O.J. Simpson has still no word on him, but he has not come back on the field. Braxton is, though, at least, so it's only the 1 injury so far. 17-2. Can Shaw push them into some more points? Fires over the middle, but incomplete. Shaw throws. Oh, Edwards had his hands on the ball but could not bring in the interception. 17-2 is your score. Shaw back to pass again. Throws, and that throw was on the money, but Renfro got his hand in there and knocked it down. And the Bills will punt again. Another fabulous punt, but this time a little bit too far. Goes into the end zone, so the Cowboys get to start at the 20. No real threat of a safety this time. Craig Morton is going to come out throwing, though. Throws to the sidelines. It's incomplete.
10-2 stop.
Strong left, strong left, strong left.
5.
Craig Morton underneath, and then the Cowboys call timeout, so they definitely want points here. And right after I say that, of course, they hand it off. It fumbles the football, but the Cowboys do recover.
The previous play is under review.
Oh, never mind. They say he never fumbled it in the first place. So not a fumble and recovery by the Cowboys. It's just no fumble at all. Bills do call timeout. So I guess they're going to see what they get in the punt return. Makes one guy miss. Breaks another tackle and then goes down at the 37-yard line. So, well, with 2 timeouts, I guess you come out and you try to throw and see what happens. If you can get a first down right near midfield, you call timeout, and then you definitely go for some points. Shaw throws, incomplete. Well, that took 5 seconds. You still have 2 timeouts. I guess you could try another one. Shaw will attempt another pass. Complete. Gets the first down. Okay, now they call timeout. All right. Can still use the middle of the field, but they're going to need... Oh, they get a little bit of help there, I believe. No, that's against Buffalo, so that hurts considerably. As they're now back at their own 42-yard line. Need better than 20 yards on this play, probably. Shaw goes underneath. That gains about 2, so they'll call timeout, but they really have no shot now. Unless the Cowboys let them go 15 yards down the field and get out of bounds. This should be the last play. Throw complete in the middle of the field, and that will do it. So the Cowboys go into the locker room up 17-2. And the Cowboys will receive the ball to start the second half. So again, Roger Staubach is dressed just in case. Landry would like to keep him on the sidelines and let him recover. And right now, 17-2, it doesn't seem like there's any threat, so Cowboys getting everything they want out of this game. Yardage about 2-1. That's as bad as the Cowboys do. I mean, the Cowboys usually are at least 2-1 in yardage. Sometimes it's 3-1. There's motion. Morton stamps with 2 seconds left on the clock. And Calvin Hill picks up the first down. Hill, 5 carries, 26 yards. It's nice to see Hill back and part of the offense. Play action pass now. Morton fires, completes. And that's a first down and a huge play up inside the 30-yard line. Craig Morton up to 173 yards. So just kind of a quiet, I mean, he had that one big play to Hayes, but just kind of quietly up near 200 yards already. Craig Morton proving his coach right that he is, I mean, it'd be heresy to say just as good as Roger Staubach, but he looks just fine at quarterbacking and leading this Cowboys team. Fires, and that's knocked away. 3rd and 3. Bills have got to come up with a stop here. Fires over the middle. That's complete to Bob Hayes. 1st and goal coming up. If the Bills, they're down by 15, which is 2 scores. So either way, they'll be down by 3 scores after this drive. For the field goal, 20-2 sounds much nicer than 24-2. And off to Dwayne Thomas. He's down inside the 5-yard line. Second and goal for Dallas. And up to Calvin Hill, and he gets hit in the backfield.
Here we go. Ace Reed.
Craig Morton, quick drop. Fires across the middle of the end zone, but out of bounds. And the Cowboys will settle for a field goal attempt. Kick is right through, and the Cowboys extend their lead to 20-2. The Bills must get points on this drive to keep any of this audience interested at all. They've already decided not to give us an update on O.J. Simpson, which is the one thing people might be hanging on for. So now they almost need points, and I would say it almost needs to be a touchdown to keep things interesting. Even a field goal, though, would at least be something to show that the Dallas Cowboys defense is not just going to manhandle them. The rest of the game, Shaw back to pass. He does complete a pass and gets the first down, so there's a nice sign for this drive at least. Shaw, play action pass, fires downfield and completes again. Briscoe, I believe, on this reception. And the Bills have crossed the 50-yard mark, so that's different. Throws on the money again. Shaw starting to get in a rhythm here now. Braxton on that one. And the Bills are now in field goal range. They have not scored any offensive points yet this game. This is the furthest they've gotten into Dallas territory so far. Turn, a hand off to Patrick. And Edwards is hurt. The Dallas Cowboys linebacker comes up a little shaken up on that one. Shaw underneath Tahaven Moses, and he gets inside the red zone to the 17-yard line, 3rd and 4. Best drive of the day for the Buffalo Bills. They really needed to end it in a touchdown. And Duff gets a block, but he's going to be taken down short of the first down. But there is a flag. And it's going to be a face mask on the Cowboys, so that's going to put the ball inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. First and goal for the Bills. And after Jones, nothing there, but this drive has been extended by the Dallas penalty on defense. And the Bills have got to capitalize here. Shaw fires, middle of the field, touchdown to Braxton. So the Bills take advantage of their best drive of the day, extended by a penalty, get it into the end zone. They are not going to push their luck by going for two, though. They will go ahead and go for the one-pointer. It is good. So the Bills have crawled back into competitive mode, at least, as it's 20-9 now. And there is a huge return across midfield and all the way down to the Buffalo 44-yard line. So just when the Bills get back into it, the Cowboys get one of their best returns of the year by Welsh into Buffalo territory. And now the Bills defense is going to have to come up with a major effort here to stop the Cowboys from getting any points. Morton's going to drop back to pass and throw right at the Buffalo Bill, who almost intercepted it. That would have swung momentum completely in one direction, but the interception was dropped. Might look at that play later and see what might have been the very next play. Dwayne Thomas goes all the way for a touchdown. So that's, wow, we're going to look back. And that was a dropped interception by the Buffalo Bills. Could have had the ball with decent field position down by 11. One play later, Thomas scurries into the end zone, eclipses the 1,000-yard mark of the year. Look at this move. Gets a couple of Bills to miss on that one, and then just outruns the rest of them. Huge run by Dwayne Thomas, and the Cowboys, just like that, answer the Bills' touchdown with a touchdown of their own. And it's 27-9. Cowboys, again, having no problems at all. There's only two questions left for the Cowboys. Number one, will they beat the Rams and lock up home field? Number two, are they going to be the first sack to the future team to win the Super Bowl in the year that the real-life historical team won the Super Bowl? Has not happened yet in Sack to the Future, but of course, real-life NFL 1971, the Dallas Cowboys did win the Super Bowl over the Miami Dolphins. Right now, both teams leading their division and look like they'll make the playoffs. The Cowboys seem like the favorite to get to the Super Bowl, but the Dolphins have some work to do, as they are not looking to be the best. In fact, probably put them down at around the fourth best looking team in the AFC. (27-9). The Bills got a touch on their last drive to kind of keep this game semi-interesting, but the Cowboys answered with a great return. One play basically to let the Bills keep this a game, but the interception was dropped, and then a huge run by Thomas. Just bam, bam, bam. Take the Bills' heart right back out of it, and now the Bills are once again doing nothing on offense and punting the ball. So Allworth not used a bunch. Remember, he is suffering from an injury as well, although playing. So he hasn't done much today, but he hasn't gotten hurt. That's the big thing. Craig Morton has played every snap. Roger Staubach nursing a rib injury himself. But it looks like the Cowboys are going to be able to get through this game. Just minimal use of Allworth and no use of Staubach. Have both of them get the rest of the way healthy and go into the stretch run of the season and playoffs fully healthy, which is what all Dallas fans want to see, if indeed they can break the Sack to the Future curse, if you will. Oh, Morton's going to go for everything here, showing off his arm strength again. But Bob Hayes and the defender fight for the ball, and neither come up with it. 3rd and 1. There's a handoff to Calvin Hill, who fights for the first down. Play action pass. Morton floats a duck up there, and it's tipped and intercepted. That ball was wobbling the entire time out of Morton's hand and ends up being intercepted. So I will be right back.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Right up. Set. 30 base.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key in. Key to tight end. Check. 4 down. 4 down. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft.
55. Here we go. Here we go.
Let go.
Okay, so the 4th quarter starts. Bills down by 3 scores, so they must score on this drive. Nice throw by Shaw to Moses. That gets him a 1st and goal.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Let's go. 60 or.
Check. 55 to Mike. It's been a long day for you.
2.
And off to Patrick.
Go. Jack.
Nothing there. Herb Adderley comes up and makes the stick.
15 run. 15 run. Jack. Go. Big River. Big River.
Quick handoff to the fullback Braxton. Nothing there as well. So they run on 1st and 2nd down. You see the Cowboys are the number 2 team in forcing turnovers. They forced 2 today.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
3rd and goal. Shaw's going to have to come up with a nice throw here.
Ready?
And he does not. So 4th down, what are they going to do? 3 scores? I guess you could kick the field goal. That's what they're going to do. Get it down to a 2-score game. And so it is good. They do get within 2 scores. It still feels almost impossible. I mean, it would still be very hard, but had they got the touchdown there and maybe made it a 2-score game, but one of those scores could be a field goal, you would feel maybe more of a chance. But it is a 2-score game, so if maybe they can get Morton to throw another interception or something, it's not completely impossible.
Get it. Play it.
But if the Cowboys are smart and they just run the ball between Thomas and Hill, I don't know that the Bills can regularly stop them, but they'll get helped out there as Rayfield Wright gets called for holding. And so that will make it a 1st and 20 from the 14-yard line. And now a handoff to Hill, and he fights for a few yards. 9 carries, 38 yards for Calvin Hill today. Now Morton's back to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. So Morton had a pretty good start to the game, up over 60%, but now he has come crashing back down to near 50%. Morton, 3rd and 14, fires. That's complete to Hayes. He needed 14. He got 13. That's 1 yard short. And so the Bills defense does its job, forcing a punt. And still a 2-score game. Bob Hayes, 1 yard short of getting the first down. Also 1 yard short of 100. Another. Oh, and all thoughts of possibly coming back in this game are out the window there. A special teams play. So even when the Cowboys don't dominate as hard as normal, then their special teams makes plays. And that is a special teams touchdown to put this back into blowout status. 33, make that 34-12 now. The Cowboys are just way too good for bad teams to get upsets on. I know that some Cowboy fans that may watch this, or certainly Cowboy fans that used to control teams in Take the Future, would say that the Eagles are always a bad team, but the Eagles are more of a mid-level team. That is the one team that beat the Cowboys this year. But bad teams, just no chance. Just too much power. Too much talent on both the offensive and defensive sides, and then even if you do make it somewhat close, the special teams can hit you with a touchdown like they did there. And now the wheels just start falling off. Cole gets his sack. He's into double digits. That's one thing the Bills have actually done nice by doing some runs and a lot of quick drops. They've stopped the big sack numbers from the Dallas defense, but now, just like that, the Cowboys are up to 3 sacks, which is still not their average, but 3 is still decent. 4th and 18, Bills going for it. I mean, the game's already over, but this is clearly the game if they don't come up with an amazing play here. Shaw fires incomplete. And so 9 minutes to go. It's too much time for the Cowboys to start kneeling or anything, so they are going to end up putting more points on the board. Just remember, we said that this game has the looks early on of possibly a 52-17 game. I don't see how the Bills get 17, but I could see this still being a 30-point victory when it's all said and done. Morton fires back in the end zone, touchdown. That's Mike Ditka. Kept his feet in bounds, so Morton gets his second touchdown of the day, and the Cowboys have hit the 40-point mark already. And it's 41-12. So comfortable win. Staubach gets to watch and cheer. That's all he has to do in this one. So he should be at full health for next game after they get another 10 days off after this one. And Allworth, although he didn't do much yardage-wise, he didn't play every play. He did not appear to aggravate anything, so he should be at full health as well. Calvin Hill's back. He got some reps under his belt, so he should be at full availability as well. So the Cowboys are going to be 11-1 and pretty much at just full health. So everything going right for the Cowboys at this point in the season.
Down. 15 line. 15 line.
Tight ends on the loose. Tight ends on the
Play.
loose. Hey,
Now.
got four down.
Shaw's going to turn and run this. Last time he did this, he fumbled, but this time he goes out of bounds right at midfield.
On the set.
Check 55.
Just over 7 minutes to go in the game. Both teams probably just want this thing to end. The Cowboys want to make sure no one gets hurt. Bills just want to leave. It's 41-12. Shaw's playing overall. He's played pretty well
90 Wolf.
in both of his games since returning to the starting role.
Watch left. Tight ends on the left.
However, He still keeps losing games, though. The Bills
60 outlaw.
have some work to do to catch up to the rest of the league. Overall talent and ability to pick up wins, I guess. Long field goal attempt, why not? Has no real effect on the game. Just see if he can make it. And he puts everything he's got into it. Comes up just short, though.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So 5.5 minutes to go. Probably just going to run the ball, even though the Bills know it. The Cowboys don't care if they just take 2 minutes off and then punt.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Two times.
Let's go.
Morton does decide to get Hayes over 100 yards, so he was sitting on 99. But with that catch, he goes over 100 yards. Again, leads the league in receiving yards. Morton on this one, play action pass, and fires it downfield to Ditka. And now Morton has hit 250-yard mark throwing the ball. So now a couple benchmarks passed or reached, and now you can probably just shut down the passing game and have Calvin Hill and Dwayne Thomas take some turns running the ball. Is my guess, but now it looks like Morton lines up in a passing formation. Morton is going to throw again. It's just a short pass to Garrison, though. Garrison, there's been more of a focus of Calvin Hill. He's back from injury. It makes sense. They want to make sure he can do some stuff. But Walt Garrison had such a great game last week. And he had such a small role today. But, I mean, it's just the Cowboys are just blessed. I mean, Morton has played very well here. Not Staubach level, but better than most quarterbacks here in the league in 71. So maybe Landry's correct that they have two of the top quarterbacks in the league on the same team. Garrison was great last year, last week, not even used. Allworth, because of the injury, not used much. And they're still just rolling. It's still just an easy 44-12 lead for the Cowboys. So they're just loaded all over the place. Depth at quarterback, depth at running back. Great offensive line. Bob Hayes is a sensational receiver. Allworth and Richardson fill out the rest of a pretty good core. And their defense just continues to be underrated because of all the stuff they're doing on offense. Their defense is loaded as well. But the league just keeps paying attention to that great offense. Shaw throws a little bit of, there was like a sidearm pass, but it falls incomplete. Shaw back to pass again. He will throw and complete. That's a nice throw. Over the shoulder catch Briscoe, but the Cowboys hit him near the sidelines and he comes up hurt. So that's not what they wanted. Briscoe's sixth catch of the day, but now he's injured. There's a completion on the other side to Moses. So Dennis Shaw putting up some stats. At least he's up over 240 yards throwing. Just 1 minute remaining. Shaw the pass again. Throws to the right side on the money again. Shaw has thrown some nice passes here. He's played pretty well. And the Cowboys have actually allowed over 300 yards against this Buffalo team. So Buffalo, still playing with a lot of heart, even though they're a last place team and they're getting blown out. But they actually have done some good things. The yards are actually going to be one of the closer ones against the Cowboys, as the Cowboys are not going to out yardage the Bills 2-1. In fact, the passing yards are almost dead even. Bills do take their first time out, so they do want to treat this as a practice moment of trying to get points here at the end of the game, even though it's a 32-point game. So it's not the pressure of trying to turn a loss into a win or anything. 3rd and goal. Shaw fires. End zone knocked away. Let's see. Shaw has thrown 47 times, which is remarkable for 1971. 11 seconds. 4th and goal. They are going to give him one more chance to put this in the end zone. And wow, that was weird. They decided to run a draw play on 4th down that doesn't take any time off or anything, but whatever it is. Morton comes out. He will get to kneel, so Morton gets to play the whole game, and he ends it with a kneel. So that's exactly what they wanted from him. Morton played well. The Cowboys dominated. Staubach and Allworth should be fully healthy for next game. So all cylinders are rolling for the Cowboys. The machine continues to click. And now, for the first time, they can actually, well, the first time since they were the last remaining undefeated team. After they lost that, the Chiefs took over because of the bye week as the best record. But now the Cowboys have gotten it back by playing first this week. The Cowboys are the first ones to get to 11-1. The Chiefs will try to match that later, but right now the Cowboys are not just visually, but even statistically, the best team in football. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.